What if your cat has spent their entire life waiting for you to do just one thing, and you've never once done it? Most people believe they understand their cat pretty well, but there's a whole list of things your cat silently longs for that almost no one ever talks about. And here's what makes it so painful. These aren't grand, complicated gestures. They're almost embarrassingly simple. But if you keep getting them wrong, which most owners do without ever realizing it, your cat slowly stops trying to ask. Here's the very first thing they've been waiting for. 1. Give them a high place they can call their own. Have you ever caught your cat perched on top of the refrigerator and immediately lifted them down? Most owners do exactly that. But that moment you mistook for bad behavior. Your cat was simply answering what their instincts were demanding of them. Cats are hardwired to seek out the tallest spot in any room. It's one of the most deeply embedded drives they have. In the wild, elevation means survival. It means control. It means I can see everything around me, and nothing can catch me off guard. A study published in the journal Applied Animal Behavior Science found that cats with access to vertical spaces displayed significantly lower stress levels than those without. That's not a preference. That's a genuine need. And most owners never meet it. Take a look at your home right now. Where does your cat go when they feel overwhelmed or frightened? If the answer is under the bed or tucked behind the sofa, that's telling you something important. They're retreating low because you never gave them the option to feel secure up high. Something as straightforward as a wall-mounted shelf, a tall cat tree positioned near a window, or even clearing off the top of a bookcase and laying a blanket there can completely transform your cat's emotional world. When a cat has an elevated space they can truly own, they stop hiding. They start observing. And that shift from hiding to watching is the precise moment your cat begins to feel like your home belongs to them too. And if that one surprised you, the final point on this list is the one that most owners feel genuinely guilty about once they hear it, because you've had the opportunity to do it every single day and never even knew. 2. Stop touching them when they didn't ask. Have you ever reached out to pet your cat and they flinched, ducked away, or simply turned and walked off? Most owners brush it off. But your cat just told you something significant, and you missed it. Here's what most people never realize. Every single time you reach out and touch your cat without them initiating it, you're making a withdrawal from a trust account you didn't know you had. Once or twice, it's nothing. But dozens of times a day, week after week, and that balance runs completely dry. Cats are among the only domestic animals that need to be the ones to initiate affection for it to actually feel meaningful to them. A study from the University of Lincoln found that cats who had control over when and how contact happened developed stronger bonds with their owners than cats who were freely petted at any time. So what does asking actually look like from a cat? It's the nudge of their head against your hand. It's the slow, deliberate walk toward you with their tail raised straight up. It's the moment they curl into your lap without you placing them there. Those are invitations. Everything else is you making the decision for them. The hardest part is doing nothing. Letting your cat stroll past you without reaching down. Sitting on the couch with your hand perfectly still. It feels unnatural at first. But the moment you stop reaching and start waiting, something shifts. Your cat begins coming to you more often. Not because you trained them, but because you finally became someone who felt safe to approach. And hey, if this is already changing how you see your cat, hit like and subscribe. And let us know in comments which country you are watching from. 3. Let them sniff before you touch. When you go to pet your cat, do you offer your hand first, or do you go straight for the head? Be honest, because most owners skip this step every single time, and it's one of the most consistent trust breakers in your cat's daily life. Here's what's happening from their side. Your cat's sense of smell is 14 times more powerful than yours. Scent is the way they interpret everything around them. It's how they identify you, how they pick up on your mood, and how they decide whether this moment feels safe or not. When you bypass the sniff and go straight to touching, You're essentially skipping hello and jumping straight into an embrace with someone who wasn't ready for it. The right approach is almost surprisingly simple. Before you make contact, extend a single finger or the back of your hand a few inches from your cat's nose. Then let them come to you. Let them gather the information they need. If they lean in or bump your hand, that's a green light. If they pull back or look away, that's your answer too. A study published in the Journal of Veterinary Behavior found that cats who were allowed to initiate contact through scent investigation first showed fewer signs of stress and aggression during handling. That single small pause before touching completely changes how your cat experiences your presence. Think about how many times each day you reach for your cat. Now picture every one of those moments beginning with a 2-second pause. That's all it takes. 2 seconds of patience that communicate to your cat, I respect you enough to ask first. 4. Sit on the floor with them. When did you last actually sit on the floor beside your cat? Not to pick them up, not to deal with something nearby, just to be present with them. Most owners never think to do this. But consider, your cat spends every moment of their life looking up at you. You are this enormous figure who moves quickly, makes sudden sounds, and looms above them at every moment of every day. From where they're standing, you are unpredictable, and unpredictable things don't feel safe. But something remarkable happens the moment you lower yourself to their level. Researchers in animal behavior have observed that cats read body height as a signal of threat or dominance. The smaller you make yourself appear, the less threatening you become. It's not about being passive. It's about becoming approachable. Try it yourself. The next time your cat is stretched out in the living room, simply lower yourself to the floor a few feet away. Don't call them over. Don't extend your hand. Just exist in their space, at their height. Then watch what unfolds. Most cats respond almost immediately. Some will gradually drift over toward you. Others will simply sink deeper into wherever they're resting, because for the first time, you're not something that needs to be watched. This is especially powerful with shy cats, anxious ones, or cats who are new to your home. You can spend months working to earn their trust through treats and toys. Or you can sit on the floor for 10 minutes and let that simple act do the work for you. Your cat has been waiting for you to come down into their world. Most owners never think to make that move. 5. Build a routine they can count on. Have you ever noticed your cat already waiting by their bowl at the same time every day, without any clock, without any reminder? That's not random. That's your cat telling you exactly what they need from you most. Cats don't process time the way humans do. What they experience are patterns. When you feed them at the same hour, play with them at the same moment, and settle into the couch at the same point each evening, your cat builds an internal map of their entire day around you. And that map is everything to them. When it falls apart, so does something essential in their sense of security. A study published in the Journal of Feline Medicine and Surgery identified unpredictable environments as one of the primary causes of chronic stress in indoor cats. And we're not talking about major upheavals like moving homes or introducing a new pet. We're talking about small things. Feeding them 30 minutes late, skipping their play session for a week, coming home at a different hour every night. To you, that's just the rhythm of ordinary life. To your cat, the one reliable thing in their world just became something they can no longer count on. The solution isn't about being rigid. It's about being consistent in the moments that matter most. Feed them around the same time each day. Offer a short play session they can anticipate. Even something as understated as settling into the same spot on the couch every evening gives your cat a rhythm they can genuinely relax into. Here's the mistake most owners make. They want their cat to be more affectionate, more playful, more open. But they never connect that to routine. A cat who doesn't know what's coming is a cat who stays permanently on guard. And a cat who's always on guard doesn't have the emotional space to love you the way they're capable of. Routine is what lowers that guard completely. 6. Let them watch you without making it weird. Have you ever looked up from what you're doing and found your cat just staring at you? Not asking for food, not wanting to play, just watching. Most owners feel oddly self-conscious and immediately try to interact, call them over, or break the moment entirely. But what your cat is doing in that silence is one of the most profound things they're capable of. Here's what's actually happening. For a cat, simply being in the same room as someone and observing them is an act of deep trust. In the wild, cats don't take their eyes off anything they feel uncertain about. Not in a relaxed way, anyway. When your cat sits across the room and watches you fold laundry, type on your laptop, or cook at the stove, they're not bored. They're bonding. They're memorizing you. They're filing away every movement, every sound, every habit you have, because you are the center of their entire world. A study from Kyoto University found that cats track their owner's location and activity even when they can't directly see them, demonstrating a level of awareness and attachment that most people never give their cats credit for. Your cat isn't indifferent. They are paying closer attention to you than almost anyone else in your life. The mistake most owners make is turning every quiet moment into an interaction. Your cat watches you, so you rush over, scoop them up, or start talking. And just like that, the moment dissolves. What your cat actually needs is for you to let them watch, to go about what you're doing and simply allow them to be present without pressure. Because a cat who feels free to observe you without anything being demanded of them is a cat who feels genuinely at home. Next time you catch your cat staring at you from across the room, don't rush to fill that silence. Just glance over, blink slowly, and go back to what you were doing. Let them watch. Because what looks like nothing from the outside is everything to them.